Pay your lives, Will.
Makes you nervous, man. I feel that one. Oh, no, no.
Okay, we left the closed session. We entered at 10:21, we left it at 11:15.
Okay.
Next item on the agenda is to discuss and consider matters of item number 10. It'll be my motion that we take no action on such matters at this time. Anybody gonna take it?
I agree with that, and then, because I'd like to look into that a little bit. I'm good with that.
All in favor of the motion by myself, second by Mr. Pruitt, to take no action on items as discussed in item number 10. All in favor? Aye. Like the second last item, please.
I did. Oh, I'm sorry.
All opposed? Any not voting?
Well, either way, you're gonna make.
Huh?
Agree at 1-1.
Okay. Move on to budget workshop. Motion failed 3. Motion passed 3-1-1. No, Commissioner Lobby opposed. Commissioner Crescent abstaining. Is that what?
It's just saying, I mean, I'm not for or against, I don't.
Okay. Item number 12, budget workshop. We already made the recess. You huh? We already did the recess.
5-minute recess.
Yeah.
We already did. Do what?
Did we already do the recess?
Yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about, Sheriff. I thought we recessed for 5 minutes before we go.
Yep. We come back into order at 11:15.
Okay. So nobody recessed. Ain't
You
ready
need to recess.
Yeah.
He's got 8.
Okay. Commissioner Rogers has requested a recess. We'll recess till,
Why don't we just recess till 1 o'clock and we'll start the budget process?
okay,
We'll come back.
I can't argue
No.
that. We're gonna recess till 1.
Uh-oh, on top of 5.
back up, to be honest.
They're gonna recess.
Recess to 1
Be
o'clock.
ready.
No,
He's ready right now.
they did it after I called you.
Oh, well, this won't take us a few minutes, gentlemen. May I
Yeah.
please put my presentation in?
Jimmy, like,
Do you need to go downstairs real quick, Stacy?
Well. Withdraw the recess. Chris Barron, County Attorney, to make the presentation.
Thank you, gentlemen.
I have copies of his request, do y'all want them?
I've got it somewhere.
Got a mess, maybe that's what's going on. Your vote's not going on. Think about it.
You wanna go ahead and get the other one up here too, when you get this done now?
I think we work on the budget today.
There's the request.
I told you had, that's why I directed you to share.
Let me get,
So,
okay.
we'll
And also
see
just,
what happens.
his is 475, it's his middle numbers, yeah. Let me get, also got another one.
All right, my readers.
Sorry, Chris.
Well, you're great.
Here's one that's right back. This is a blank one.
Good.
I think it's happy.
Look, don't forget my little clips now. Here. Pam will make you a copy of the request.
Councilman Barron?
Morning, Your Honor. Commissioners,
Okay, we're back in session now with budget workshop matters. Our county attorney, Honorable Counselor Christopher Barron.
thank you, gentlemen. Commissioners, Judge, I appreciate your time this morning. I will keep this as brief as possible. I am just here today to, number one, say that we are doing fantastic things in the county attorney's office. As usual, I've come to bring my numbers to you to show you exactly what we have been doing. We've been working straight through during the time of the COVID crisis here in Young County and across America. And our office has worked every single day, except for the 2 weeks that the courthouse was closed, with staff, full staff, during COVID. We have been plowing away with the Zoom hearings that we've had. The judge has really been a great assistance in helping us get that working. I know some days it's been a chore. I appreciate it. But just as an example, I spoke with my counterpart in Archer County just 2 weeks ago. His case count, now Archer County is slightly smaller than us, their case count for cases pending is over 600 misdemeanor cases pending at this point in time because they have not held court or have done anything during their court period. Our active cases as of May, at the very end of May, this is our June numbers, was 181 cases, okay? For comparison, last year at this same time, we had 196 cases. So we have actually been able to force our numbers down over the last year period by us staying in county, in business for the county. So we have really been working hard to make sure that we haven't lost, our numbers in this case. This also includes, this 181 cases that we have right now, contains the 24 people that have asked for jury trials over the COVID period. So those cases basically have been sitting out there pending because by order from Office of Court Administration, we've not been able to have court for trials during this period of time. So that's 24 cases that have just been sitting out there pending. And I mention that because when we had this 169 number, that was with one case sitting on the jury trial docket at that point in time. So we've actually really pushed down on the actual number of cases that we have in our office. It's just inflated because of our jury trial numbers, which we are starting on the 30th of this month, trying to pick away at those. And we are preparing for a minimum of 3 cases per month for jury trial. So in case somebody comes up and says, hey, I want a jury trial, no, we don't want a jury trial, we want to complete, we've got another case ready to go at the same time. So we can just keep them moving, try to get them through this process. So preparing for a trial is a very lengthy process in and of itself. It takes a lot of work from my office, from the court's office, and from Kimmy to get all that stuff working. So with that in mind, what I'm asking for in this case is for each of my secretaries to go from the budgeted amount of $34,540 in the 2021 budget. I'm asking for $37,000 for each of those secretaries because of the amount of time and effort and work they have been putting in to getting this done. Just an example on this is, just last week, we brought in 5 individuals that had been arrested for the burglary of the Allsup's, the armed robbery of the Allsup's. Prior to that, they had been breaking into cars and vehicles. That is an additional 35 cases just for those 5 individuals that we had to get prepped and ready to go within a week, so that we could work along with the district attorney's office to try to resolve those cases and bring those people to justice and to get any kind of restitution that we might need. So those cases are coming up. But that's the kind of thing that we have coming in on top of what we already have. I am seeking for myself, the elected official salary, I'm asking for that to be increased from $44,154 to $47,000. And I'm asking for an increase in line item 226, which is the cell phone allowance. It's been $720 for as long as I have been here. The cell phone keeps going up. I use my own personal cell phone for that, and I'm asking for that to be raised from $720 to $1,000 per year to help me cover the cell phone costs. I receive calls from the sheriff's office, from the PD here in Graham, the PD up in Albany, all hours of the night, 10, 11 o'clock at night, and on an almost daily basis. So I would ask for that to be increased
Okay, increase what?
to $1,000 from $720 to $1,000. I'm asking for you to leave the remainder of my budget as is, because especially the training, because we're able to now start having that training again, because the COVID is lifted up and we're able to go to these classes for updates in the law. I believe that's very important. So I know it doesn't show that I spent that much last year on it, but once again, that's because all of the training was shut down over the last year because of COVID. And just on top of that, to kind of give you a little bit of an idea of where we're standing with cases in Young County, I brought my information as to the percentages that we have for cases that are being filed. So in the past, we've had a very low number of second DWIs, but during the COVID period, for whatever reason, that has risen from last year we had 6 cases to this year so far we've had 28, and that's DWI seconds, and we've actually only had 9 DWI firsts. So that means that people that have had it before are really starting to drink. For whatever reason, I don't know if it's stress from not working, not being employed or whatnot. And so far this year, of DWI cases, we have only had 4 cases that have been less than 0.15.
Wow.
So all the others have been over 0.15, and we have had a record set in Young County with a 0.406. That is beyond what normally would be deadly to somebody. And they were driving behind the wheel of a car. They found them. So 0.406, for whatever reason, those numbers are going up and in a big way.
That was that a first, or a second, or a third?
That was their second on that one.
Jesus Christ, how they don't
What
like
about putting that?
That's a great question.
I was there, he was ready to walk.
I bet he could, he was on the stretcher.
Yeah.
One vehicle wreck.
One here at the back. Our other cases, possession of marijuana going up, because obviously we've had a lot of our neighboring states, I think all of our neighboring states now have marijuana as legal. They're bringing it in from outside. In fact, most of the marijuana that we now have are in actual packages, from whatever dispensary. And that's what people are using, that and edibles.
Can I ask you a question?
Sure.
Like, come September, are those gonna go to Jason, not you anymore?
Nope, those were not changed.
Those will not.
Not changed.
Okay.
No change on marijuana this time around. We were hoping to find out some kind of guidance from the legislature, but I do believe that they have changed some of the rules of medical marijuana. That's one of the classes that I'm going to be going to this fall. Driving while license invalid, we were hoping that that number would go down, and it has a little bit. We have 11% of our caseload is for driving while license invalid, 16% from marijuana. All other drug offenses was just 12%. That's actually gone down percentage-wise. But of course, that was, we have a raise for DWI seconds, that's up to 15% of the caseload. So overall, the numbers, like I said, of the cases, we've really forced those down over the last year. We would ask you to look at the efforts put forth by my staff and myself, especially during this time of COVID. And we are asked for you to approve the numbers that I've requested for salaries. And do any of you gentlemen have any questions of myself?
What was the increase, or what was the amount of education?
But just what's already currently there. What's in 2021.
And you have a new hire, so to speak, new hire, one, been there a couple of months.
We had Miss Alexis. She's been with us now for about 4 months, maybe 5 months. But she has just announced to us that she was working with us 3 days a week, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, because of her school schedule. She was contacted 2 weeks ago by the college saying that they were no longer doing a specific class online, and so today is her last day. So Ms. Jean Burnett has come back to assist us until we're able to find somebody else to fill that position. And we wish Alexis all the best in her college education, but everything was going great.
Thank God you got Gene.
Thank God for Jean, that is absolutely correct.
My other question was gonna be, I didn't know she'd been there 4 months, was she already topped out?
No, sir, she had started off at 11, and we're going to move her up to 1150 at 6 months.
She wasn't doing full salary yet,
No, sir.
still need part-time?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, definitely. He's gotta have Gene.
Yeah. Well, we have to have that position that goes with the hot checks, helps with the phone, and put officers bring the files in. They don't prepare those files for. Any other questions? Well, if there's no other questions, I appreciate your time this morning. I appreciate you fitting me in. I know that we're maybe doing our recess, but if y'all have any other questions, or if you have any questions in my office later on, please give me a call. Thank
We'll
you.
be in touch.
Ladies?
I gave y'all requests, but Jason handed his in this morning, so if you'll add his to your packet. JP1 request, he just turned it in this morning.
Okay.
Is Lauren presenting this morning? Is Lauren presenting?
Yeah, which we can take a break.
Chris wants about a 7% raise.
Did he give y'all a request? I didn't get
He
one.
did.
Okay, I didn't have one.
7%. Yeah.
I didn't hear what he said, but that sounded like.
I know. I was thinking, I looked at it first and said, it's gonna be about a 4%.
She's taking, Shirley's taking 2-year request.
Yeah.
All right, then we should give us 10%.
Appraisal district is asking.
Yeah, they are.
Yes.
I've seen that too.
They're asking
10 or 20.
Another appraisal, another.
Which line you're in?
Because it's not the chief, not the chief appraiser.
Oh, they're asking for another
First.
employee?
But I think they're requesting enough money to be able to hire an additional assistant appraiser or all that.
Need bigger taxes.
Yeah.
Their own person.
Okay. Ms. Otter, do you have anything you want?
Well, is Lauren presenting
She
today?
just walked by. Lauren did.
Thought she was on the agenda.
Do we want to hear Lauren or do we want to?
Let's go ahead and recess, come back, we have law.
Get her done.
We're back. Okay, yeah.
Which one's gonna be line
Copies
going
of all the requests that way, you just kind of add it. It's good to have.
Where's the completion on here? So we should.
Right, so
One was true.
We'll be back at 1 o'clock.
Yeah, I heard.
Sales.
Here, before I leave.
I don't think I'll turn that thing back on.
You gonna be able to
I
come
may
in a
have
minute?
spent my time today.
Hey,
I feel like my knees like.
I got, yes, I'm sure it is. Let me give you your numbers. I didn't pull them.
Okay.
Just so you'll have them.
Up, field.
That's what I'm worried about. Then you're gonna drive me home.
Did you drive, Matt?
That's Chris, he's talking about
Yeah.
picking up guys.
Yeah, I said he woke me up.
Did you drive?
Come take me home, Chris.
Yeah, exactly.
Did you drive?
I did, I haven't taken anything. That's one time.
Yeah, you need to go ice, prop it up and ice it.
Ice baby.
Stacy, here's your number.
Well, it's good to have you back.
Thank you.
Anyway,
I appreciate it.
Call her